Hey, Buster. You watching my videos again? Did I invite you here? What are you doing on my channel? Get out of here, Buster. Get out of here, Buster. Do you know what Buster means? Don't get out of here. I like you guys. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for always tuning in to Mad English TV. To tune in, it's kind of a radio. It's kind of a, back in the day when they had radios, you had to, and then suddenly you hear some talking. Welcome to Voice of America. Today's new. That's called tuning. So when you watch my videos, I can say thank you for tuning in to my videos. Right? So what does Buster mean? Buster means a mildly disrespectful or humorous form of address, especially to a man or boy. Okay, did you understand this? It's a mildly disrespectful, so not too disrespectful, it's just a bit disrespectful, okay? Or humorous, so this can be kind of funny, right? You can use it in a humorous way, or you can use it in a mildly disrespectful way. And what does it mean? Well, it's a form of address. What does that mean? A form of address means what you call someone, right? Mr., Mrs., you're using forms of address. So it's kind of like dude or man or mister, Hey, mister, did you just steal my pen? Let's say I'm writing something here and you come and you take my pen away from me. I say, hey, mister, give me back my pen. Hey, mister. Okay. Mister is usually a polite form of address, right? But if I use it this way, I'm not trying to give you respect. It's almost a bit disrespectful, or it's kind of a joking way, right? If I call you mister. Hey, mister, give me back my frickin' pen. I'm working here. I need to keep working. Do you need to keep working? All right, so that's what Buster means. It's just another way to say dude, or and it's usually used for men or boys, but you could probably use it for a woman too. Hey, Buster. I don't know. These things are kind of flexible, right? Let's look at this example. I'm going to go fishing, like it or not, Buster. Let's say you invite me to your party. You're having a big party this weekend and you want me to come, but I already have plans to go fishing. I've been thinking about going fishing for a long time, and I've been planning that this weekend I'm going fishing. I've been planning this for a long time, and you're begging me, come to my party. I say, I'm going to go fishing, like it or not, Buster. That means whether or not you like it, I'm going fishing. I'm going fishing, Buster. Okay? So Buster means you. I'm talking to you, right? Like it or not, Buster. Get back here, Buster. Get back here, Buster. So imagine if you and me are hanging out in a park. Right? We're friends. And you suddenly grab my bike and you start biking away with my bike. They say, hey, get back here, Buster. Get back here, Buster. Now, are you stealing my bike? No, you're not really stealing it because we're friends, right? You're just joking around. You're playing around. I might, this might be just joking, or it might be kind of I might be a little bit frustrated, or I might be trying to disrespect you a little bit. Hey, get back here, Buster. But it's probably joking. And if we're friends and you take my bike and you start biking away, and I use this word, I call you Buster, it's probably joking. Because you're also joking that you stole my bike, right? Hey, Buster, how are your boiled eggs? Now look at the word Buster. Here I capitalized it. It's your choice. You can use a capital B or a lowercase b. Whatever you want. Sometimes things in English are flexible. Is it a name? Well, it's if it were a name, well, names are capitalized, right? Like my name is Mark. Mark is always capitalized in the name, right? But this isn't really a name. So you could use a lowercase b, but we're kind of treating it like a name. I'm calling you that. So we could put a capital B, right? So your choice. Hey Buster, how are your boiled eggs? Now, what situation would I be saying this in? Probably in a mocking way, a sarcastic way, right? So let's say you and me, we are classmates in high school. We're high schoolers. And one day for your lunch, you bring boiled eggs. Okay? And we're eating together, and I say, "You're eating boiled eggs for lunch?" That's weird. Most people, most high school students, they might bring a sandwich, or they might I don't know, bring something else. But boiled eggs, that's a kind of a strange thing to bring for lunch. So now, even though that was only one time, now for the rest of the semester or the rest of the school year, I'm going to mock you. I'm going to be sarcastic, right? And every day I'm going to ask when I see you eating, right? When I see you eating, I'm going to say, "Hey, Buster, how are your boiled eggs?" Even if you're not eating boiled eggs. Just that one time you did eat boiled eggs, and now I'm always going to mock you and ask you how your boiled eggs are. I'm going to assume you're eating boiled eggs. "Hey, Buster, how are your boiled eggs today?" All right. So, Buster, something or someone that breaks. So here's another meaning. Bust. The word buster is something or someone that busts something. That means break. Okay, so now we're not talking about the name anymore. This is a different meaning, a completely different meaning. So what is something that busts? What could something be? Well, look at this example. They used a bunker buster to exterminate him. They used a bunker buster to exterminate him. What do you think this sentence means? Exterminate means kill. Kill. They used a bunker buster. So what would this mean? What's a bunker? A bunker is like a safe hiding place underground. Actually, a bunker can also be, is a bunker always underground? Usually, but a bunker, I think, can also be sometimes, like, basically a bunker is just a concrete structure with thick walls, like super thick concrete walls, so that any weapon can't kill you, basically, right? But usually bunkers are underground. So they used a bunker buster, so that's a kind of weapon. Okay, I don't know exactly what kind of weapon this is. Maybe it's something they drop from a plane, right? Or maybe it's something they shoot. They busted the bunker, right? Some weapons are designed to go down into the ground and then explode, to break bunkers, to bust them. Bust means break. Okay, so look at this example. Shucks. I busted my pen. Or I busted my arm. Or I busted my phone. Have you ever busted your phone? I have one or two. I think 2 phones I've busted. One time I was biking. What are their balloons? Anyway, happy birthday, guys. Enjoy the balloons. One time I was biking and I was trying to use my phone. I was texting and biking at the same time. Bad idea. And I lost control of my bike and I had to quick grab the handlebars. And so I dropped my iPhone. It was the iPhone 11 Pro. That was the iPhone 11 Pro. That was out when I was out in BC a few years ago. I dropped it and the screen just, I don't have it here, but the screen just shattered. Like the screen, it looked like a million spider webs. You know, when you drop a phone, it somehow it turns into like a spider web. Why does it do that? I don't know. It just looked like the whole phone screen was just a massive, it was just a big spider web. And I could still use it. I could use it. It would still work. Just the screen was just busted. Okay, the screen was busted. I busted my phone. I busted the screen on my phone. So, you could bust anything. Maybe maybe you're like, you break your pen. I busted my pen. Or maybe, let's say you're skiing. Right, you're going down the mountain, skiing in the winter. You're having fun, and suddenly you take a tumble, right? You fall down, and you're tumbling down the hill. And finally, when you get to the bottom of the hill, you say, "Ah, gosh, shucks, I busted my arm." Shucks just means, shoot. Oh, darn. Dang it. I busted my arm. You broke your arm, right? So you could bust anything. You could bust your computer. You can bust your head. I busted my head open. I don't know, whatever. You can bust anything. Okay. Now, bust has another meaning. This is a bust, right? It's a sculpture of a person's head and shoulders. Okay, so this is a sculpture, and you can see its head and shoulders, and kind of the top part of her chest. Okay, so if you were making a bust of me, you would just make a sculpture. If you're an artist, let's say you're an artist, hey, maybe you want to make a bust of me. Wouldn't that be cool if all my subscribers had a bust of me in their living room? Wouldn't that be cool? Would you like to have a bust of me in your living room? Send me a picture if you would like that. I don't know how to make busts, but maybe you're a sculptor. Okay, a person who sculpts things is called a sculptor. So it sounds like sculpture, but this one, it's a ch sound, a sculpture. A person who does it is the sculptor. It's with an O, but we don't say sculptor, we say sculptor. Sculptor. Sculpture, sculptor. And the verb is to sculpt. I'm sculpting this bust. Let me know if you want to sculpt a sculpture of me, a bust. So a bust is, you'd go from about the top of my head here to maybe, I don't know, the top of my chest, somewhere around there. Okay, so that's what a bust is. Now bust has another meaning. Okay, bust is a woman's chest. So we're talking about typically when we use this word, we're talking about the size of a woman's chest, or the measurement. I don't know. I've never bought women's clothes, but imagine if you're a woman and you want to buy a dress, maybe, I don't know, maybe they might ask you your bust size. So they measure the size of around your chest, right? So here's an example. She has a 45-inch bust. Okay, here in North America, we use inches for this type of thing. Any kind of clothing measurements, we use inches. So for men's shirts or men's suits or whatever, they probably use the word chest size. What's your chest size? But for women, they probably use the word bust. Okay, what's your bust size? Because you need to buy this proper size of dress or whatever you're buying, right? So inch, we use inches here. Like if I'm buying pants, I'm looking for, I haven't bought pants in a long time. I think my waist size is about 36 inches. I'm a bit fat these days, guys. I need to lose weight. I should probably have about a 34 or 32 inch waist size. But now I'm fat, so I probably about 36. What's your waist size? What's your bust size? That's probably inappropriate, right? Is it inappropriate for a man to ask a woman her bust size, the size of her bust? Sometimes, like let's say, whoa, she's got a huge bust. Let's say you and me are friends, right? Whoa, check out that chick. She's got a massive bust. She's got a massive bust. Okay, bust. Chest, right? A massive bust. So yeah, there's some examples. Now, she's got is another way to say she has. Okay, so we could just say she has, or we could say she's got. Now, this S means has. This S is not is, it's has. So this means she has got a huge bust. So we could take out this word, but if we take out the word got, then the verb has to be alone. It can't be contracted, okay? Because that's our only verb then, right? Then you have to say she has a huge bust. You can't say she's a huge bust, because then that would be it. Then it would be is, okay? The word, the verb is, you can contract the verb is. Okay, like you could say he's a tall man. Well, in that case, the verb is. So let me see. Think. Is the only verb that we can? I don't know, but I haven't thought about that. Maybe I'll make a video about that in the future. I don't want to waste time thinking through that grammar right now. But with the verb has, if that's your main verb, it cannot be contracted. Okay, so then if we're going to get rid of the word got, we have to take the has out of the contraction and we have to put it here. She has a huge bust. Just like here, she has a 45-inch bust. In your country, do you use inches or do you use centimeters? We don't use centimeters here in clothing and measurement, like height measurements. Typically, we don't use that. Yeah. So look at this. That bust. Let's say we're talking about this bust, this sculpture, right? That bust has a big bust. Now, in this picture, we can't see her bust because it's, a bust typically only includes the top of a person's chest. It doesn't show the bottom. It doesn't show lower. So we don't know if she has a big bust. This is just an example, right? Imagine if we did know. We're there, like, let's say this was a statue. Okay, so the difference between a bust and a statue is the full body, right? Now, we can't really see in this picture if this is a bust or a statue, because maybe in reality, maybe this goes down further. Maybe it's a whole statue of a woman. But in this picture, it's just a bust, right? Because we can only see this far. But imagine if we could see a little bit lower. We could say that bust has a big bust, right? It's just an example sentence of using both words in one sentence. That bust has a big bust. Now, look at this. Hey, busters, stop talking about my bust. Let's imagine she can think and talk. She can't because she's not alive. She's just a piece of stone or whatever whatever it's made out of. I think busts are usually, what are they? Are they stone? Plaster of Paris? Maybe plaster of, what's it called? What's that stuff called that sculptors use? Plaster of Paris? Is that what it's called? Some sort of a plaster type of stuff, or maybe clay. I don't know. I'm not an expert on this stuff, guys. What are busts made out of? Maybe stone. Let's just say it's stone. She's stone. So she cannot speak. But imagine if she could speak. She might say, "Hey, busters." So she's talking to us, right? We're talking about her chest. And she's thinking, "Hey, busters, stop talking about my bust. Stop talking about my bust." But this sentence could have another meaning, okay? Imagine if you are the sculptor. You made this. And now I'm talking about it. What an ugly bust. What a terrible design. And you're there, right there, and you made this. You could say, "Hey, Buster," you're talking to me, right? You're saying, hey, Buster, stop talking about my bust. Stop talking about my bust. Okay, so this could have two meanings. If she is saying this, then she means her chest. If the sculptor is saying this, then bust means this. Okay? So bust has a few different meanings. Now look at this. "Hey, Buster, stop talking about my bust's bust." Hey, Busters, stop talking about my bust's bust. Busts, her, bust, chest, right? Imagine me and you, right? We're talking about this bust. We're in a museum. We're saying, "Look at that bust. Let's take a baseball bat and we're gonna bust that bust. We're gonna break that bust. We're gonna take a baseball bat and we're gonna hit this bust right in the chest." Whoa. Then the sculptor might say, "Hey, Busters, don't bust my bust's bust. Hey, Busters, don't bust my bust's bust." So which one means which? Okay? You and me, we're scheming. We're planning to break this bust. And the sculptor hears us scheming. And the sculptor says, "Hey, Busters, don't bust my bust's bust. Okay? Don't break my bust's bust. Hey, Busters, don't bust my bust's bust." It's like a Head and Shoulders. Head and shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Have you ever heard that song? So, "Hey, Busters, don't bust my bust's bust." Do that action with me, guys. Sometimes it's good to use haptics. Okay, this is called haptic. Any kind of, when you're kind of using your hands, haptic, kind of movement. That's called haptics. Okay, so try to do this with me. Okay. "Hey, Busters," or if it's plural, if there's a bunch of people, Busters. But if it's just one person, then Buster. Okay. "Hey, Buster, don't bust my bust's bust." We should make that into a song. "Hey, Busters, don't bust my bust's bust." That was a brutal song. I'm gonna retire as a songwriter, guys. Maybe you can make a better song. That was just an impromptu song. Impromptu means it's kind of random, no preparation. "Hey, Busters, Don't bust my bust. It's getting out of hand, guys. This is getting out of hand. I better just end this lesson before I suddenly turn this into a musical. So, with that, let's do some homework. Make a sentence with buster and bust. Okay, and remember, what are the different meanings of bust? Break, right? Statue, head and shoulders. Chest, and buster is the word. Buster. Something you can just call someone in a joking way or slightly disrespectful. If you want to bully, if you're like a bully in your school, you might call everyone Buster. Hey, Buster, get over here. Right? So guys, that's the homework. Easy homework today. Just play around with these words. Make a few sentences with some different meanings. Try to use all the different meanings. Get some practice in there. Because the more you practice using words in their different forms, it helps you, right? So this is a verb. It can be a verb. To break. Oops, sorry, I busted the bust. Whoops. Let's say you're in a museum. You can say, ooh, whoops, I busted that bust. Okay, so I don't know, just play around with these words, and I will read your comments, and I will let you know if your comments are right or wrong, if you made some mistakes. So guys, that's it. As always, I love you so much. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're staying safe, healthy, and happy. Thanks for tuning in today. Thanks for always watching my videos and for leaving nice comments. I really appreciate it. So have a great day, and I will see you over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.